Hello, everyone. Good evening. It is currently 6:10 in the evening, October 17th. Today's video is going to be Chapter 8, The Watchman at the Gate, from the book The Secret Door to Success by Florence, Scovel, Shinn. I apologize. I'm wearing my Hello Kitty shirt today, but it's weird sometimes because the nose, it looks like a belly button. And so every time it shows, it distracts me because it looks like a belly button. Or as my daughter calls it, a belly butt. So we are going to get started with The Watchman at the Gate, Chapter 8. It starts with a Bible verse, Jeremiah 6:17. Also, I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. Okay? Also, I set watchmen over you. We must all have a watchman at the gate of our thoughts. The watchman at the gate is the subconscious mind. So, the subconscious is kind of like the gate to your dream reality, your desired reality. So, there's a watchman at that gate. At that gate, you have it's kind of like the never-ending story. Remember the Southern Oracle? How many gates did you have to get through before getting to the Southern Oracle? Which is God, which is the universe. 2 gates. In this case, your dream reality is a Southern Oracle. 2 gates. Your subconscious and your subconscious and your subconscious and your consciousness. Those are the 2 gates you need to get past. Okay? So this watchman is sitting at your subconscious saying, are you worthy enough to pass through? We have the power to control our thoughts, but we have lived so long with racing thoughts, we feel it's hard to control them. Yeah, we have 100,000 thoughts running through our day, running through our mind during the day. Can't control them all. No, you can't. It's impossible. But if you kind of look at it, sheepdogs, the sheep, you see, I think it's in Ireland or Scotland, you see the sheepdogs, they have a huge herd of sheep, right? She says a single sheepdog can guide the thousands of sheep into the sheep pen. Why? Because all the sheep follow each other, right? I mean, have you seen flocks of birds that just move all together like that? Usually it's to evade or confuse a predator. Groups of fish that just move all together as one, really fluid. That's how your thoughts flow. Your thoughts follow one another, just like those sheep. And a single sheepdog can guide those thousands. Your consciousness can guide. Your consciousness is your sheepdog, and it could take those thoughts and it could guide them into the pen. Okay? We can learn to control our thoughts with the gentle determination instead of force. Okay? We cannot forcibly control our thoughts because it's going to drive us crazy. Gentle determination. If a negative thought, if you look at something and go, oh, and you think to yourself, oh God, another bill. Don't go, oh my God, no. I have the money to pay this, that. Don't do that. Okay? Gentle determination. If you happen to look at a bill and say, oh, I really hate getting bills, just say, turn it around. But I am so grateful that I do have the money to pay this bill. Gentle determination. Just turn it around gently. Don't smack it, okay? I don't know why the song Smack That. I think it was Akon who sung Smack That. It came into my head. I don't know. We take an affirmation and repeat it continually while our thoughts run through. Our consciousness does not like affirmations, visualization because it's opposite of what we see in the 3D. Okay, they rampage. They try to steamroll these affirmations and these new thoughts. Okay? She says we cannot always control our thoughts, but we can control our words. Yeah, with the bill. Our thought is saying, oh, I really hate bills. But our words, but we put words in our mouth that say, but I am so grateful that I have the money to pay this bill. She says repetition impresses the subconscious and we are then master of the situation. That's what they say. That's why I say, when you manifest, affirm your little hearts out. Visualize until you can't visualize anymore. Repetition, perseverance, determination, commitment to you. That is you fighting your subconscious. That is you proving to that watchman at the gate that you are worthy. Okay? Again, she says, also I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. Your success in life depends on the watchman at the gate of your thoughts. Sooner or later, they will crystallize on the eternal. So it goes with thoughts become things. What you see and hear will become real out here. Look at all of this stuff. You know, you think this just popped into existence? No, someone had to think of this cup. Someone had to think of this straw. Someone had to think of this Coke. By the way, McDonald's Coke is the best Coke ever. Fight me. Okay? And I know why I figured out why it's so good. I figured out why it's so much better. Okay? They deliver it to McDonald's in these big, it looks like giant oxygen containers. They're like big chilled containers. They deliver it. And so the syrup is chilled and the line that goes from this container to the, fountain is all chilled. So it starts out chilled and you get it and it's nice and cold. And that's why it's so good. Okay. Have you ever worked in like a restaurant or fast food? Those boxes, those cardboard boxes with the bag inside for the syrup? No. This is like the king of like, syrup. Transportation. So McDonald's Coke every single time. McDonald's Coke and a large order of fresh McDonald's fries. That's all I need. I am happy. Anywho, no, I said that already. You cannot run from your problems. They follow you wherever you go. Yeah. Why? Because your problems aren't out here. This is not your problems. Your problems are in here. You can't run away from your problems. They're just going to follow you. That's why you need to put in the work to solve your problems. They will meet the same experiences until they learn their lessons. So she goes into the story of the Wizard of Oz. Now, if you've never seen the Wizard of Oz, you might want to skip this part because I will spoil the overall gist of the story. You can move to this timestamp here. If you don't want a Wizard of Oz spoiler. So Wizard of Oz starts with Dorothy, okay? Dorothy wants to run away because this mean old woman, Mrs. Gulch, is she's just a witch. She's just a mean person. And she wants to have Toto, Dorothy's dog, put down because she claimed Toto bit her. And so she goes to her Auntie Em and Uncle Henry and all of the farmhands trying to tell them what's going on. And they're too busy to listen to her. They tell her to go away, essentially. And so she starts talking to her dog Toto and she's like, I wish there was a place far away, where everything is wonderful and everything is great. And that's when she goes into Somewhere Over the Rainbow, the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So she decides to run away. Okay. And she runs into this, guy. He's like a traveling, mystical, like, fortune teller type guy. And they're talking and stuff. And suddenly wind picks up and rain and a cyclone's coming, tornado, right? So she finally makes it to her house and she's looking for her everybody, but they're in the storm cellar outside. And she goes into the house looking for them and she's like, calling their names, and suddenly the window blows out, whacks her in the head, and she passes out. Well, she wakes up inside the cyclone and she sees all of these things, the cows and the tractors, and then she sees Miss Gulch come by on a bike. And suddenly Miss Gulch turns into a witch. So finally, when the house lands, she's in this amazing place, okay, Land of Oz. And she meets the Munchkins, and meets the Munchkins and Glinda the Good Witch. And they say, oh, you need to go to the Wizard of Oz. He can solve your problems. And so she follows this yellow brick road, right? On the journey, she meets a scarecrow who wants a brain, the Tin Man who wants a heart, the Cowardly Lion who wants courage. So during their journey, they encounter all these problems, encounters with the witch, encounters with flying monkeys, all kinds of stuff. So they get to finally the Emerald City, and no one wants to let them in. Okay? Because they don't know who she is. They don't know who they are, so they don't let them in. But with help from the Glinda the Good Witch, finally they get in. Okay? They get in, they get all prettied up, and they finally get in to see the wizard. But the wizard is like this giant head. It's like very mystical, but they find out the wizard's a scam, right? Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. He is just some guy who landed in Wizard of Oz. He was in a hot air balloon, and he got caught up in the tornado, and he landed in the Wizard of Oz. And because he was so knowledgeable about the world, they made him the wizard. So, he says, if you want to prove yourself to me, go get the witch. Go get the broomstick from the witch. And they did. They proved themselves to the wizard. Okay? And what happened was he decided to grant their wishes. Dorothy wished to go back home. The Cowardly Lion's wish for courage. The Tin Man's wish for a heart, and the Scarecrow's wish for a brain. Okay, and they're outside, and everybody's saying goodbye to everybody. And Glinda, the Good Witch, asked Dorothy, "What did you learn?" The Scarecrow actually discovered he did have a brain. Problem solving. He used problem solving skills in their many adventures. Okay, he figured out he did have a brain. Tin Man found out he did have a heart because he loved Dorothy so much. Okay? And the lion did have courage. Again, during the adventures, he was very courageous. So then the Good Witch asked Dorothy what she learned, and Dorothy said that she realized her heart's desire is in her own home, is in her own yard. So the witch waves her wand, Dorothy clicks her heels 3 times, and she's home. When she got home, she realized everybody around her, the 3 farmhands, the magician, the mystical guy she ran into, Mrs. Gulch, they were all part of her dream. Okay? If you run away from your problems will only follow you until you realize, like she says, there's no place like home. She says, be undisturbed of the situation and it will fall away under its own weight. So let's say, just like with the bill. Bill is a good example. You get the bill. You're like, oh, I can pay that, no problem. undisturbed by it, indifferent by a problem. Just, okay, it'll go away. Like they say with bullies, ignore them and they will go away. Hello. You're sweating?
Yes.
Do you want to take off your shirt? Yes. Why don't you take off your shirt then? You have to take it off on camera?
I'm like a hat.
You're a hat. Oh. She says, you will give weight to every thought when you know how important it is. And this is how important it is to weigh your thoughts. It's kind of like you want to monitor your thoughts, but it's kind of like fish in a barrel, right? Your barrel is your head and the fish are the thoughts. And you just reach in, grab a thought and pull it out. Okay? And then look at it and say, okay, thought, are you important? If it's a negative thought, no, it's not important. Okay? And this goes with putting those thoughts into your head, adding new fish to that barrel. I see adding bigger fish that will eat the smaller negative fish. Bigger positive fish that will eat the smaller negative fish. Your imagination is constantly cutting out events to come into your life. So basically what that means is you have good things coming to you. So what the universe will do will start cutting out what doesn't serve you. Okay, whether it's relationships, whether it's situations, whether it's illness, whatever happens to be. Destruction of the old to make room for the new. Through a single eye, man sees only truth. Through evil, I can't even read my own writing. Okay. Man sees through evil with a single eye. Okay. Sees through the evil into the good. So if you think about the story of Cyclops, what is Cyclops? Cyclops was back in Italy, I think? It was like this huge creature thing with a single eye in the middle of his forehead, right? You are indeed a giant when you have a single eye. I really gotta make my writing more clear. You are indeed a giant when you have a single eye. Let the third eye be the watchman of the gate. Okay? The third eye is intuition. It's knowing. It's that little voice inside of you. Let that intuition be the guardian of your gate instead of the negativity. Okay? That guardian, your intuition, will stop the negativity in its track and say, go. Okay? And it will let through the positive. With your single eye, your body will become light. And I'm not talking about light physically, unless that is what you want. But she says we could change the world with one eye. That is what I'm trying to do. But I use my third eye. I watch my dreams. I watch my visions. I listen to the universe. And then I share what I know. The Bible says, judge not by appearances. Judge by righteous judgment. Okay? Don't judge a book by its cover. The law of indifference means you are undisturbed by appearances. Again, taking something that would normally upset you and saying you're not important. 3D reality. You know what, 3D reality? You are not important because you do not serve me. Constructive thought wins out. Constructive thought. Like, I am abundant. I am positive. I am love. I am successful. Constructive thought. Spiritual law transcends the law of karma. Okay, this is for healers and practitioners. So this is for someone like me. Spiritual law transcends the law. Spiritual law is bigger than the law of karma. Okay? Because when you reach for spiritual law, the law of karma you don't even got to worry about the law of karma. Why? Because with spiritual law, you are automatically spreading love and light. He says, indifferent to the appearances of lack or sickness. Again, being like, you cannot pass, right? Jeremiah chapter 31 says, the keynote is one of rejoicing. It gives a picture of the individual freed from negative thinking. For there shall be a day, the watchman upon the Mount Ephraim shall cry, arise ye, and let us go up to Zion, to the Lord our God. The individual living in a world of negative thoughts is not conscious of this inner eye. He may occasionally have flashes of intuition, then fall back into the world of chaos. Okay? They don't listen to their gut. They're just like, occasionally they might be like, but they're like, no, I see what is going on out here. And so I don't know what my brain is trying to tell me. Okay? So if you are the type that is,
it kind of looks like a string.
yeah. So, if you are in that negative mindset, if you're looking at your 3D and, this ringtone, this notification tones, it says, hey, listen. And what I like is because when it says, hey, listen, typically I'll look at the time, I'll see an angel number. So it's like so this notification for Zelda fans, the fairy's name is Navi. That's the same name as my daughter. I named my daughter after this fairy because she's annoying. But if you play Majora's Mask and the other game I forgot what it was called, she's annoying. Hey, listen. Hey, and you're like, shh. But this is my angels saying, hey, pay attention. Listen. Okay, is it annoying? Yes. But does it work? Yes. So, that's why I do that. It reminds me to be present. Listen. Right? She says, tracking your words and thoughts takes ultimate determination. Yeah, because if you don't control your thoughts, who's going to control your thoughts? Your subconscious. It's going to control your thoughts. And you don't want your subconscious to control your thoughts. Oh, thank you. You don't want your conscious to, thank you. You don't want your conscience or subconscious to control your thoughts. So yeah, it takes insane determination because you could just fall back into a world of chaos if you don't follow your thoughts. She says it's like rooting up weeds in a garden. Okay, controlling your negative thoughts. Why? Because if you change those negative thoughts are like pulling weeds, right? What happens when you pull weeds? They die. I love these. They die from no nourishment. They wither up and die. You nourish negative thoughts by giving them your attention. That's why you gotta ignore the negative thoughts and replace it with something positive. She says, use the law of indifference and refuse to be interested. Remember Dr. Evil? Talk to the hand because the face don't want to hear it. What do you want to do to your negative thoughts? A Chinese proverb said, the philosopher leaves the cut of his coat to his tailor. Leave your life plan to the divine designer, and you will find all conditions permanently perfect. And that goes along with ultimate faith, perfect faith in God, that you're going to achieve your desired reality. It's hard. Yes, it's hard to have perfect faith. It's hard. It's been really hard for me, but look at what happened to me there. Okay? If you haven't seen the video, it's in my Theater of the Mind video I just uploaded. Just see, I can't even talk. That's how amazing today went. You gotta just, let go and let God. That is the easiest way to put it. Let go and let God. So that is the end of chapter 9. 8. The end of chapter 8. Chapter 9 is called The Way of Abundance. So that will be posted. I'm going to try to post it tomorrow. It's going to be another late day tomorrow because my daughter's dad and myself are going to go to lunch, and then we're going to go to Mommy Land. The one down the street from Florence Mall. So it's going to be tomorrow. I'm going to do my to-do list. Tomorrow I'm doing a money tarot, a video on self-care, okay, and chapter 9, The Way of Abundance. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Please remember to like, subscribe, and of course share if you think anyone would benefit from these books and chapters. Remember to spread love, joy, gratitude, and happiness wherever you go. And I will see you next time.